What if I told you that your broiler's weight in the first 14 days can decide how much money you make at harvest? Many farmers focus only on feed and market age of their broilers chickens. But successful broiler farmers know that profit is already decided in the first 2 weeks, that is the first 14 days. In this video today, I will show you the exact early broiler weight that predicts final harvest weight. I will also be showing you why slow chicks never catch up, and the practical steps you can apply today to increase your profit. If you are raising broilers or plan to start poultry farming, watch this video till the end. Broiler farming is a business of small margins, especially if you scale your chickens before selling. That is, if you sell by weight. Now, because there are other ways you can as well sell your broiler, either by calling those market women to pick them without scaling them, because those ones they don't scale, or those ones that are processed and supplied to frozen foods, they scale them before buying. Now, if that's the option, that is they scale before buying your chickens, a difference of just 200 to 300 grams per bed can mean a huge loss or a huge profit for you. Many farmers complain, my beds are not heavy enough at harvest. Feed cost is high, but weight is low. The problem often starts very early, even before the 7, that is what you fail to do. Let me explain why early broiler weight is so important. In the first 7 days, a broiler chick should be about 4.5 times its hatch weight, that is 4.5 times the arrival weight. This is one of the reasons you should source your quality day-old chicks from a reputable source using good vendor. This is because during this period, that is during the first week of your chick's life, the digestive system develops, muscle cells multiply, even feed efficiency is highest at this stage. Imagine arrival weight is by day 7 you are already getting 4.5 times the arrival weight, which you will never get after that day. So you need to maximize this period. If you joke with this stage and the chicks grow poorly, the muscle cells remains fewer and feed conversion becomes worse. The bird eats more but gains less weight. At this stage, I always advise using quality feed in order to either meet or exceed this 4.5 times the chick's weight at hatch. Do not joke with this. This is very, very important. Broilers do not compensate well for early growth failure. Though this failure in most cases is always due to the farmer, though in a very rare situation, is attributed to the hatchery. That's why early weight sets the ceiling for the final weight. This is very important. A good quality day-old chicks usually weighs around 40 to 45 grams at arrival. Because if you weigh your chicks at day 1, you should have an average weight of this weight, that is 40 to 45 grams. Though at times you could get more than this, at some other times you could get lower than this. This is a bit beyond your control. But quality starter or super starter feed will help you maximize the weight. This is very important. You start off your broiler chicks with quality super starter or starter feed. This is very, very important, not just anyhow feed, because this 4.5 times the arrival weight, you want to maximize it. As at times you could even exceed it if you really do your job very well. The target weight by day 7 should be around 160 to 180 grams. I normally get about 210, 200 and something average weight by this day 7. While that of day 14 should be around 450 to 500 grams. So it's always good you exceed this weight by doing your job very well. I know you exceed it because I always exceed this range. Now, if your birds are below this target weight, your final harvest weight will be lower and your feed cost per kilogram of meat will increase. Remember, birds that start strong finish strong. Now, there are key factors affecting that can affect the early weight of your broilers. Number 1 is brooding temperature. Don't joke with the temperature of your brooder. The correct breeding temperature is equal to faster growth. You need to understand. To know if your brooder's temperature is correct, your chicks should be evenly spread in the brooder. It's not something that, okay, they'll go and huddle around your heat source or move away from your heat source. No, they should be evenly spread. Those that are eating, those that are resting, those that are drinking the water. This is very, very important. If they move away from the heat source, you need to take quick action to correct it. That means the heat is so much for them. You need to reduce it. But if they move closer to the heat source, huddled around the heat source, that means the temperature is very low. You need to increase the temperature of the heat source such that they will be evenly spread in the brooder. So another factors that can affect their early weight gain is quality feed. Not using quality feed. This is also very, very important because you are what you eat, as they say. Now, quality starter or super starter feed is very important. If you ignore this, their weight will be affected seriously. Starter feed should be high protein content. The crude protein or crude protein content of the feed you should be using should be between 20 to 22%. Now, highly digestible, fresh and properly stored. Do not buy feed from stores that do not store their feed properly. So every feed you buy from the feed seller store should be fresh. This is very important because your chicks will love it very well. Now, another factor that can also affect this early broilers weight gain is stocking density. Do not underrate this factor because if you overstock, their weight will be affected. The mortality will be very, very high. You will lose so much chicks if you overstock. Overcrowding reduces early weight gain. This is very important. So stock your chicks in such a way that they are not overcrowded. This will not just affect their weight. It will also lead to high mortality rate. And I believe is something you don't want. You don't want to lose any chicks because no farmer wants to lose any chicks to maybe overcrowding or whatever. So stock your chicks, mining the right stocking density, that is about 1.5 to 2 square feet. This is very, very important. Now, there are common mistakes that kills profit. Common mistake you must avoid that kills profit. Number one of such mistake is delayed feeding after arrival. Maybe you have been so busy to attend to your chicks and all of that. You forgot to give them food and all of that, knowing that every time they spend not eating is lost growth. Very important. So another mistake most farmers make is poor brooder setup. You don't care about their welfare. You don't care, provided you put your chicks in the brooder, give them feed and all of that. No, that's not enough. You need to ensure that your brooder is properly set up for you to attain this maximum growth within these first 7 and 14 days. So ignoring it means poor growth. That's what you will get if you ignore these steps. So set up the brooder properly. Now, if you want to know how to properly set up your brooder, there is a video up here in my channel that can show you how to properly set up your brooder, starting from cleaning the brooder, washing and all of that, introducing the bedding, the carton or the newspaper on top of the bedding materials, the lighting, the water, the feeders, the watering system, whether you are using nipple or bed drinkers, how to set up the whole thing. There are videos in my channel that can help you. You can check them up here. It will show you how to set up the brooder correctly. Now, another mistake you should not make in order not to achieve this poor growth at this early stage of your chick's life is low quality starter or super starter feed. Don't go for low quality feed. Go for high quality starter feed. This will boost the weight of your birds within the shortest time, within that 7-14 days. You even hit above this weight range that I am giving you, that you are supposed to achieve at the 7, day 14. You will beat that target. Now, another factor you need not to ignore is early weighing, because we've been measuring weight of your chicks at day 1, day 7, day 14. How do you know this weight if you don't scale them? So you need to weigh them. Have a scale, even if it's a kitchen scale, at least for that early stage. You should be able to use your kitchen scale to scale your chicks. Now, you weigh them using that scale to know if you are doing well or not, because this target weight that I gave, it's actually your guide, okay, to know if actually you are on the right track. Otherwise, you should know what to do to correct it. So you need to weigh your chicks to know how far you are doing. You do this weekly. After day 1, you weigh your chicks day 7, day 14, day 21, and so on, to know if you are actually on the right track. So you avoid this common mistake to ensure that the weight of your chicks for the first 2 weeks is maximized rather. Let me give you an example of how this simple mistake can bring your profit down. Imagine two farmers. Farmer A stocks 100 broilers. Farmer B stock the same breed of broiler. Let's say Cup 500. Both stock Cup 500 broilers, 100. That's two cartons each. Now, by day 7, Farmer A was already getting 180 grams at day 7, while Farmer B was hitting 130 grams at day 7. Remember, they stock the same quality day-old chicks from the same hatchery, the same breed. Now, at harvest, Farmer A gets 2.4 kilogram per weight at day 35. That is 5 weeks. Now, while Farmer B struggles to achieve 2 kg at that same day 35, 5 weeks at disposal. That difference multiplied by the number of birds they raised can mean thousands in lost profit. You can see that that's about 400 grams per bird. Imagine you are selling by weight. They come to scale your bird. They can't buy a bird of 2.5 kilogram, the same price they will buy 2 kilogram. No, you can see the loss. So this is why it's very, very important you take care of your birds from that day one. Ensure you feed them with quality feed, good management practices, so that by that day 14, you are already beating the target weight. If you beat the target weight by that day 14 and you keep to your good management practices, you are on your way hitting 3 kg by day 35. This is what I practice in my farm. This is what I do. If you've been following my videos, you will see the whole thing there. By day 35, we are hitting 2.7, 2.8, 2.9, 3 kg. And there was a time I even hit 3.2 kg. In some of them, those were the shooters among the last batch I raised. So you need to keep to this. To avoid this costly mistake, there are practical steps that must be taken right from day one. Here are what you must do to avoid this costly mistake. Number 1 is you must weigh your chicks. I said that weigh your chicks on day 7, day 14. This is very important. If possible, weigh at day 1, day 14, day 7, and day 14 to know if you are on the right track. I've explained that before. Now, ensure proper brooding temperature. This is very, very important. Ensure proper brooding temperature is maintained such that the chicks spread evenly in the brooder. This is very, very important. Now, provide water and feed immediately, and they should be fed 24/7. Now, I normally practice water before feed. As soon as I stock in my day-old chicks, immediately I introduce them to the brooder. I already ensure that they meet water in the brooder. Now, after drinking water for about 1 hour, 1 hour, 30 minutes, 2 hours, then I now introduce feed. Always practice water before feed, because these chicks, depending on the state you are living, must have undergone some level of stress. So you need to add anti-stress to their drinking water. Let them drink. After drinking and resting for some minutes, then you introduce feed. Don't introduce feed before water. No, that is the wrong approach. Introduce water before feed. This is very, very important. So another thing you should do is to use high quality starter feed. I've been stressing this since. Very, very important. You could get quality day-old chicks, employ the best management practices. If your feed quality is poor, your results will be poor. So it's not just a good quality, ensuring a proper brooder's temperature, quality chicks, and all of that. So you must follow these steps. Do them. Ensure quality feed. Ensure correct brooder temperature. Provide water and feed. And then weigh your chicks. You must do these things. Remember, you can't fix early mistake later. No. If you miss it at this day 7, day 14, it will take the grace of God for you to be able to achieve that maximum weight you are looking at. Now, in summary of what we've been discussing since, to summarize, early broiler weight determines final harvest weight. You need to know this. Early broiler weight determines the final weight of your broilers. Don't joke with it. That first 7 to 14 days, very, very important. If possible, includes till day 21. Final harvest weight determines profit, and profit is decided in the first 7 to 14 days of you raising your broilers. This is very important. I will need to repeat it again. Early broiler weight determines final harvest weight, and final harvest weight determines your profit, and your profit is decided in the first 7 to 14 days of you raising your broilers. If you want to succeed in broiler farming, start strong, manage early, and that is employ good management practices and monitor their weight. That is by day 1, day 7, day 14, day 21. This is very, very important. Don't joke with quality feed at these stages. Very, very important. If you find this video helpful, kindly do well to subscribe to my channel, Farm-Biz with Mackay, for more poultry farming tips. Like the video, turn on the notification icon, comment and share with friends. I would like to hear from you in the comment section below. What is your broiler weight at day 7, day 14, day 21?